potential partners for a team that I'm forming around the repression work that we're doing with the Killer Bee inquiries, emotional repression. If you read the scientific research in the last 10 or 15 years, you'll see a plethora of studies that are linking emotional repression, specifically anger and fear or anxiety repression, to chronic pain. This includes the work of John Sarno, if you're familiar with John Sarno's work. So there are probably practitioners out there, doctors and the like, who are using Sarno's philosophy and treating chronic pain. Why would you be interested in teaming with us? Or maybe you're not someone who works under Sarno. Maybe you're just someone who's in the know, who knows about these studies. Maybe you're in the clinical or the medical field and you're starting to recognize that your success rate is low with chronic pain. Could it be because there's a different contributing factor that you're not taking into consideration, which is trauma and emotional repression? At this stage, any doctor or researcher who ignores these studies is just not staying up to date with what's really going on. So I'm speaking to those people who know what's going on, who are watching the scientific studies, and who are recognizing that we're in a transitional period right now. We are literally transitioning out of the idea that the mind and the body are separate, which is how we've treated chronic pain for years, is like somehow the body is separate from what goes on in the mind. John Sarno's work and other people, other researchers have shown us that the mind and the body are absolutely connected, and that many of these chronic pain situations have to do with repression in the mind, in the unconscious mind, repressing certain emotions and things in our experience. And that repression then turns into chronic pain. Wow. It's amazing just to learn about this, let alone to what happened for me is that the chronic pain left because we have these inquiries that deconstruct these stories, that literally erase these stories about needing to repress emotions. So therefore the emotions start coming up. And then as they're no longer repressed, we're seeing pain go away in people. It started with me. So we know we're onto something. Now we just need to build a team of people who can help us build this. So I'm looking again for doctors who are in the know. In other words, not a doctor who treats chronic pain in the traditional way, unless you're now open to something different. But we need doctors who are more cutting edge, medical researchers, nurses, therapists, anyone who has caught on to the link between emotional repression and trauma as it applies to chronic pain. We want to form a team and then figure out how we want to bring this into the world, like help people. Most people with chronic pain don't come to Scott Gilleby videos. They don't know about this. How do we get this out into the world? Is I want to form a team of people who can help with that, who can brainstorm and find ways in which we can literally begin to change the medical profession, to wake it up to this and to start implementing these repression inquiries and repression work, trauma work for chronic pain patients to finally give them some real relief. If you're interested in learning more, chances are you don't really even know the methodology that I'm talking about. There's a particular way of inquiring that we have that helps bring this stuff up and dissolve it. You may not be aware of that methodology. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know anything about my work to talk to me. But at least if your interest is piqued here, reach out to me, kilobcenter@gmail.com. Killoby Center, Kiloby Center at gmail.com. And then just put like chronic pain in the subject line and tell me who you are. Tell me what you do for a living and why this topic interests you. And we'll have a conversation and see if this is going to work in terms of creating this team. This is so exciting, guys, because I had the same feeling when I first opened up the Killoughby Center that we were on to something that could help people with these drivers under addiction. And we've been doing that for years now. The same enthusiasm is coming up because I'm seeing the same sort of issues being resolved for people around repression. So it's like, I don't want to keep this secret. I do not want to hide this. I don't want to just keep doing videos to, a few hundred people who are doing the work. I'm going to do that. I want to reach out to a larger audience now. And I want to find people who are interested in that. And let's make some real change here. So, again, if you're interested, email me, Scott Killaby at KillabyCenter@gmail.com.